It's pretty much how it was when we shut in 2003. Nothing's much changed.
Ray's worked down here ever since it was decommissioned. He's one of 3 making sure the tunnels are dry and safe.
So how would it all work?
Well, after a letter was received at a sorting office, if it needed to be transferred to the railways or another sorting office, it would be bagged up and sent down to us. And our trains ran from East London at Whitechapel to Paddington in the west. And it was a loop, and we'd send trains round, and they'd continuously go around 22 hours a day, with a 6-minute gap between trains.
To the depths we go.
This is the under-platform area.
Yeah.
This was the 150-volt power supplies for powering the trains around the stations. If I hold that up there, you can work the handle, pull it down. And if I release that coil, it will drop out.
Wow! Not for the faint-hearted.
Now that there are no trains running through here, it's safe to walk through.
Just down here?
Yeah, just down here. Well, the whole railway is 6.5 miles long, but there's 22 miles of track have been laid because there's double track and sidings. It was dug by hand. These are built on a hill, so as the train approached, it could naturally decelerate, and as the train departed, it could naturally accelerate.
You're going to get a dodgy back if you're walking down here all day.
You could develop the mail rail walk.
The mail rail walk.
This was a 1980s mail train.
Right. They're actually a lot smaller than I thought they would be.
Yeah, they're sort of half size. We use a 2-foot gauge, so it's quite narrow, and these are quite small. They were unmanned, they were automatic. The top speed of one of our mail trains was about 35 miles an hour.
35 miles an hour?
But in the top, the average speed was much lower.
That's fairly perky though, it is pretty fast.
Mail rail was very busy. There was lots of people here, lots of different jobs going on. It was a noisy environment with trains coming in and out, lifts coming up and down, and people pushing mail containers around. It was quite a lively environment.
And very soon, paying customers will be able to see this for themselves. In the next few weeks, a brand new postal museum will open here at Mount Pleasant in central London.
They're actually moving all their archives to a purpose-built centre just over the road.
And the highlights will be put on display.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
look at that. That is amazing. So what's this room for?
This is traditionally the heart of the network as was. This is where all the locomotives would have been worked on, and this will be the centre of the Post Museum experience.
Sorry to point out the obvious, Tim, but what is this thing?
So this is one of the new locomotives.
And the centrepiece will be a ride through the tunnels below, on the modern equivalent of a mail train.
Push that back. Oh, right. So, okay, so this is where the driver will sort of sit and...
Exactly, yeah.
coordinate.
One train driver and one guard per train.
It's a huge project, so there must have been some sort of challenges that you guys came across. What were the biggest?
We started off very much from a point of view of can it be done, and being honest, I think probably we thought there was a reason it couldn't be done. And as we got further and further through the development, I think we realised kind of how much the public wanted the tunnels to be opened up again.
So do you think the British public find an affinity with the Postal Service here?
I certainly hope so, yeah. The collections that we hold represent 500 years of serving the public, really, and constantly sort of innovating and constantly changing, and certainly in terms of post offices, they've been the glue that's often held the community together.
While the ride is clearly the main attraction, the roots of Royal Mail go all the way back to Henry VIII. So the archivists have some rich pickings to choose from as they assemble the new exhibition. The Postal Museum is scheduled to open in July.